do you have another form of ID? To which you then responded by laughing at his face. But how often are you taking violent shits at work?
I think you can make them violent.
Can you?
Or cast a member.
I mean, that could be anything. Could be a TV show, movie,
Could be a Hindu.
play.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings a Friday drinks chat to you. This week's episode, we have two brand new segments. We have Guess the Job, and we also have Work Confessions. For that to wrap the week, we got me and Miguel, we have Senny,
Yo.
and we have Ro.
G'day.
I today have this week's drink of the week. I have Far East Alchemy's matcha latte, so we'll give that a little go.
What do we rate it?
Mate, it's actually delightful. It's as advertised, matcha latte, but a bit of protein. 9 out of 10 again.
Wow.
Alrighty, I'll kick us off. I got a quick yarn. I just want to pose a question. Is Lavar Ball the greatest dad of all time? Am I right?
I have no context to this, so I have no
Lavar
idea where
Ball
this is coming from.
he's a father of three. He has three sons, all right?
I know that.
Lonzo, Leangelo, and LaMelo. And since I think when LaMelo was like 10 years old or something, they've been in the spotlight forever because they're really good at basketball. So their high school basketball team, just a local basketball team, they went undefeated in all these tournaments. And they're one of the greatest high school basketball teams ever.
The three brothers were in the same
They're three in the same team. So fast forward till today, Lonzo, the oldest brother, plays for the Chicago Bulls. LaMelo, the youngest brother, plays for the Charlotte Hornets. He's an all-star as well. Leangelo, we don't really talk about his basketball career. It hasn't really taken off, but recently he's released an absolute banger called Tweaker. It's taken over the whole internet. The best rap, people are saying it's the song of the year so far.
Was that Leangelo?
So that's a Leangelo
Pretty
Ball.
good song.
The only reason I know about this song is because I saw this one of those blokes oh, what are you listening to? Except he was on the Great Wall of China. And the Chinese man in the video was, I'm listening to Tweaker.
Tweaker by Jello.
Yeah.
Mate, it's on top of Rap Caviar and all these Spotify playlists. So Lavar has now gone 3 for 3 in my eyes. He's spoken into existence. In 2017, he went on a generational media run where he's talking about how he can beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1 in basketball, how Lonzo will be better than Steph Curry, and how LaMelo Ball will be the greatest basketball player of all time. And my God, is he speaking things into existence. He didn't say much about Leangelo. I'll be fair on that part.
Wasn't he in jail at one point?
So he got done in jail. Have you heard about that?
No, what's this?
So Lonzo played for UCLA, played 1 season, got drafted. And then Leangelo is 1 year younger, I think. So he also went to UCLA. And they did like some preseason tour or some tour in China. And then Jello and 1 or 2 of them got shoplifting sunglasses out of Louis Vuitton.
Oh, that is just
Mind you,
silly.
LaVar Ball was a former footballer, NFL player. So he's got money.
They're millionaires.
So they don't need these sunnies.
racking from Chinese
So he got
Louis
chucked into a
Vuitton.
Chinese jail.
And Donald Trump had to get him out.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. This is a number of years ago. Hey?
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
Yeah. This is like
crazy.
20.
Trump talked to the Chinese government to get Leangelo out.
Okay, yeah, I'm not aware of the law behind the
Did
Ball
Leandro
family.
go and play in China after that? Or did
No,
he
he
go
did-
to Lithuania?
Played in Lithuania. He played in the G League.
Yeah.
He's done all this and all that. His basketball career is neither here nor there yet.
So what's your question? Is Lavar Ball the greatest
Because
father?
back in 2017, everyone was clowning Lavar. Like, how can you say your son's better than LeBron? How can you say this? But just a great dad at the end of the day. Believed in his kids.
Is he better than LeBron?
As a father, yeah. What has LeBron's kids done?
Exactly. What's Bronny doing?
Ronnie's a bum.
Yeah, but I'm saying is he...
LeBron's father, on the other hand, he could be father of the year.
Yeah, maybe LeBron's dad.
If only anyone knew who he was. Even
Him
LeBron.
walking out on his life made LeBron the absolute, weapon that he is.
So is LeBron James, then we have Bronny. What's his real name? What's his full first name?
LeBron James Jr.
Okay, yeah. So then is there another one on top? Is it LeBron James
Senior.
Senior?
Yeah. Ooh, question marks around
Questions
him. No one
to be
knows who he is.
Wait, what do you mean?
Is it LeBron didn't know his dad?
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. That was the joke.
That's even more of an inspirational story. Fair play.
Anyways,
I think there's arguments
LeVar,
for it.
I just want,
It's a talented family.
and I want to apologize because maybe I clowned LeVar back in the day. Like, how's he saying all
Everyone
this?
did.
But then you look at it now, it's just got his 3
He
sons.
just used to say the most outrageous things to try and get clicks and stuff.
He's the original rage baiter.
Yeah.
He's the OG. He said the most outrageous things all the time, bro.
the OG Andrew Tate.
He was like, oh, my son is the best player in the Lakers. While LeBron's also on the team. Like, full serious. And Stephen A. Smith will go at him. Dude, he's top tier television. Anyways, that's what I had. If any Leangelo fans out there, please let me know. I need something to bond with over this. So, someone out there.
I have a quick one. So last week, the Metro, I took the Metro for the first time in a while. And once again, I am on team bus over team train. As you know, in Sydney, it was like storming heavily, right? So the Metro was down and like the trains were all cooked. I was in the city. I took the Metro from Gadigal Station, my preferred station in the city, to Epping Station. I was going towards Tallawong. Now, what happened was this. The Metro stopped at Epping for like maybe 5 minutes. And so I was sitting here like, I don't know what's going on, but I assume it's just a little hitch. It'll be up and running in no time. Go straight to Tallawong, no worries. The Metro then goes back the other way. So now I'm heading back to Macquarie Uni. And I'm sitting here like, okay, I don't know what's going on here. This is ridiculous. So I get off of Mac Uni, wait for the next Metro, go back to Epping Station. Then I walk in and there's like Epping Station is now fully crowded because apparently there was no connection between Epping to Cherrybrook. So all the Metros just stopped at Epping.
And you had to get off and get a bus or something?
There was no replacement buses or anything like that.
Nothing.
So it was just wait till the Metro got up and running again. Now, the guy who was the Metro delegate was sitting there and he has made the age-old mistake, and because everyone's asking like, when will the next train come towards Cherrybrook, towards Tallawong? And he's made the age-old mistake of telling people. He's like, it'll be there 10 to 20 minutes.
Nah.
So
Rookie.
Massive rookie error. Because 10 minutes pass, then 20 minutes pass, and then suddenly I'm hearing, there's unrest in the crowd. And so this poor bloke, all right, because it got to the stage where I was waiting there as well because I had fallen into the lies of him, and my phone was on 4%, and in 2025 I had lost my data, so I'm now zero. I got no data. My phone's on 4%, and I'm just waiting for this train to show up.
How do you not have data? Sorry, explain that.
He's run out.
I ran out.
What do you mean you ran out?
He pays like $2 for his phone and he's run out of data.
How much data do you get on
I
a
got
monthly
12
basis?
gigs.
In a month, and you finished it
Yeah, and it's gone.
already in the middle of the month.
It's all that red note he was watching.
Wait, is it 12 gigs a month?
Month, yeah.
We're barely halfway through the month.
Well, exactly. I don't know how it went.
What have you been doing?
Sometimes I don't really watch YouTube or anything like that, but maybe it's like podcasts that I listen to that I don't.
Maybe you weren't on the
download.
Wi-Fi at home or something.
Maybe.
They are pretty chunky. Anyway, so you have no battery, no data.
So no battery, no data. I'm sitting here while I'm watching this guy getting like almost lynched by the crowd because they're just furious. And then what happens is a lot of Karens and like, I don't know what the male equivalent of Karens are rocking up. This poor guy is now having to answer questions as if he's the one in charge and know what's happening.
To be fair, he did give a definitive timeline of 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's on him. That's on him. But the abuse that this poor man received, I will say no man should be, on the receiving end of it.
Was it vile?
It was, no, it wasn't vile, but it was just
That's
like,
fine then, grow up.
it was just like person after person would rock up, give him a spray, and then the next person would come in. So I was sitting here watching this for like 15, 20 minutes. This guy is just getting abused.
If I was him, I would have gone to the office, just sat hid in the office.
Yeah, but he come out and faced the peoples, which is maybe
Respectable, yeah.
which is respectable. So now it's been an hour and a half,
And you're still waiting there.
and I'm still waiting
As
there.
if you didn't get out and like, I don't know, Uber it or
So I looked at the Ubers. It was the first thing I did when he said 10 to 20
surge
minutes.
pricing.
Surge pricing. An Uber from Epping to my house is $150.
Oh my God.
That is surged
Jesus
big time, brother.
Christ.
So I thought I'll catch the $4 train when it arrives.
What about, and no buses?
There was a bus. There was one bus that takes you to Parramatta, and then you have to catch a second bus from Parramatta to Castle Hill.
Yeah.
And then I was like, look, the problem is, right, the longer you wait, the longer you stay.
Yeah.
Because it's like this like mental game. It's like some sort of it's
Sunk
economic
cost
theory.
fallacy,
Sunk cost
mate.
fallacy.
Sunk cost fallacy.
But it's not.
It is sunk cost. You're like, I've waited this long. I
What's
might as well
another-
stay.
Yeah, it is a sunk cost. But like in this case, waiting longer will get you the result eventually.
Did it though?
No, it didn't.
So how long were you there for in the end?
So in the end, I was there for 2 hours. From 10 p.m. to midnight, I was waiting at Epping Station. Then I didn't even, the train wasn't even there.
Wait,
so
was it, surely people rioted at this point.
dude, people were, there was like just like,
so antsy.
I guess
dude.
people shaking, like, because they just finished their commute and it was like a Wednesday. It was like a random weeknight where you just want to go home to your family or you just want to go home and sleep. So then 12 a.m. hits, so it's like 11:45 and I've decided, all right, well, this is just simply not going to happen. I'll give my brother a call. So I'm like, hey man, can you come pick me up from Epping Station? So, and he's like, when do you need to get picked up? I was like, dude, honestly, half an hour ago, to be perfectly honest. But you can show up whenever you need to. And then my brother picks me up, but I've actually interrupted his Wednesday evening. His mate had just broken up with his girlfriend like 6 months ago, and that girlfriend is now engaged. So I've
got a counselling session short or something.
Yeah, I've absolutely cucked his friend because the counselling session had to end, and so I'm waiting for my brother to pick me up, and like the only chicken shop that's open at like 11:45, and I've decided to get myself a nice piece, like a nice 3-piece meal. Obviously, sauce not included, so I ordered for some sauce. Mate, a bucket of sauce at a chicken shop at Epping, $5. $5 for a bowl of sauce.
Name and shame. Which place is this?
No, I'm not going to name and shame because the chicken was pretty good. The chicken was pretty good. And so I was sitting here.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I think I know exactly.
Discuss off air, but play on.
And so that was my Wednesday night. That was my Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And did your brother bring his mate in the car?
No. They were just.
Here's an end to that story with your brother? Or?
I got to ask what happened to that character. But
wait, do you know if a train ever rocked up in the end?
No idea.
You would have had to at some point.
At 11:45, well, there's still a lot of people there.
Yep,
or?
there was heaps of people. And the thing is, right, I went outside because I went to go like to Epping Coles to get picked up. That's where I asked my brother to pick me up. And the people that were outside waiting for that bus to go to Parramatta, it was like, I've never seen so many people at Epping. It was actually crazy.
Oh, I drove past this the other day. Sorry, Wednesday night, right?
Wednesday night.
Because I drove past... Because I finished watching the Kokonakis. I was close to the end of the Kokonakis game, and then I was driving home, and I drove down Epping, and Beecroft Road was closed off.
Yeah.
And I looked down; it was just pitch black.
Yeah.
So I had to go down Carlingford Road. But yeah, I drove past Epping Star Kebab, and there was like 150 people just standing on the side of the road. I'm like, what the fuck's happening?
It was actually
I had
nuts.
no idea. Oh, was
Dude,
that what
I
it
was trapped. I was trapped in
and
this.
Dude, there was a line even further down, like towards like Epping Tracks, and then even further down to like the Indian restaurant at the end of that road. There's just people everywhere.
Dude,
imagine if you called
so
Sen and not your brother.
Yeah.
That would have aligned, the stars would have aligned.
That would have been ideal if I knew you were
I
there.
drove past around 11.
You probably drove past him or something, dude.
You probably drove both. But then,
Mental.
Anyways, all in all, that's why I'm team bus. You don't have these issues on the 610X. Seriously. Number one.
We were out and about as well a few weeks ago on a Friday night, which is very rare for us. I feel like we're not...
Homebodies, we're homebodies.
Exactly. We were on Oxford Street and we were just walking back towards the city, and then we walked past Cliff Dive.
We went out to watch some comedy. We were supporting some local artists, close personal friends of the show.
I don't know how far back I needed to tell this story, but yeah, fine. We went out to go watch
Comedy Untamed.
Comedy Untamed. Shout out Neil Kolatka and the boys. That was really good. And then the show ended, and then we were going back to the city. And then this was maybe around 8:30. I want to say even 9. Yeah, it was past 9.
Just past 9.
It was like 9. It was 9:03 maybe.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we would have got anyway. So we walked past and we saw Cliff Dive, and there was no line. There was maybe one bounce. There's 2 bounces outside, no line, and we kept walking. And then I think one of us said, "I've actually never been to Cliff Dive," and then I said, "I've never been to Cliff Dive," and then I think Miguel, you finally said, "I've also never been to Cliff Dive." So we stopped, turned around, and walked back and went to Cliff Dive. And so I think in that time that we walked past, someone else had joined the line. So there was someone in front of us, and we saw it was a brown guy, and we saw the bouncer look at his ID. He's like, "Yep, sounds good." And then before he let him in, he had to go get seen by another bouncer. And this bouncer full pats him down, susses him out, squares him up a bit, and then he's like, "Pull out your pockets."
Turn your pockets out, man.
Turn your pockets out. I've never seen that. I haven't seen this since like primary school. So this poor curry bloke is like full turning out his pockets, showing he's got, I don't even know what he thought he might have in his pockets. But so that was happening. And then the lady in front of us got seen by the bouncer. Same thing. She got the same business. And then it was your turn, Ro. Ro, you stepped up to the bouncer. You gave him your ID. You gave him your phone on your ID on your phone.
Service New South Wales on my phone.
The official digital driver's license. And this guy proceeds to look at the photo, look back at you, look at the photo, look you up and down. He asked you what your name was. And then he's like, "Do you have another form of ID?" To which you then responded by laughing at his face as if it was some sort of joke.
I thought he was having a laugh. Seriously. And then he's like, "Oh, do you have another form of ID?" I said, "Nah, man. I don't carry a wallet." He's like, "Where's your bank card?" And this guy at the door.
You thought he was asking like, "Do you have a bank account?" Like you're some sort of like peasant or something. Because you laughed again. But to be fair, he didn't say why he wanted your bank card. He's like, "Do you have a bank card?" Which is like a pretty aggressive thing to say.
I just was not expecting that question from a bouncer. So I said, "Yes, I have a bank card."
Everything Ro's saying that he said, imagine that, but also just laughing in his face at the same time.
No, because I just didn't know what was happening. I thought he was taking the mickey.
And then, so that uncomfortably went on for about a minute.
I had to fucking mediate this because you're like, I don't have a wallet. I don't have a bank card. And the guy's like, you don't have any bank account, any bank card? That went for like a couple minutes. And I said, brother, you have a card on your phone. Is that okay?
Yeah, so then I logged into my bank app on my phone.
No,
right?
first you show your Apple wallet.
You double clicked and went for Apple Pay, which obviously doesn't have your name on it.
Yeah.
And then he orders you to log into your CommBank.
Yeah, so he's seen me with my account with $27 in my account, and then the name matches up. Because then I asked him, because then I had a laugh with him. I was laughing, he was not. I said, oh, does it not look like me? And then he's like, and then Sen piped up, and he was like, oh, he grew a mustache. And the guy's like, well, he's done more than that.
Yeah. And then we looked at the photo and like, I can kind of see it, but like.
We'll put it up on the story today. Not his whole ID, just the photo from the ID and a current day photo. And you let us know, would you let him in?
So then, so the bouncer finally let you proceed to the next checkpoint where the guy also proceeded to ask you to turn out your pockets.
Well, at the whole time I had my Savlaki.
Yeah, so for the comedy show, we went and grabbed a feed. We got some gyros from this gyros place on Oxford Street. And you ordered a meal, which you didn't finish. So you obviously took the takeaway with you. So you were carrying it all throughout the comedy show. And then when we got to Cliff Dive, you were holding it.
Yeah.
And the guy asked
A big paper bag with takeaway. And who brings that to a club?
And then the guy asked you what's in there. What did you say?
Oh, I said little chips and drink, mate.
And then he let you in.
Yeah, he let me in. Then we get to the next checkpoint.
Which is the door,
Yeah,
the
the lovely
entry.
lady at the front.
And then she's like, oh yeah, boys, it's $20 entry.
Because the only condition, I was like, I'll go in if it's free. Because it looked dead and it was also like 9. So like, let's go in, it's
Yeah,
free.
we got to the front door and we could hear the music inside, but I couldn't hear any people inside. Mind you, the brown bloke had walked in 5 minutes before us, had also walked out in that same time period. So I don't know what his deal was. And so, she's like $20 and we all looked at each other and we're like, isn't it free? And she's like, oh, it's free until 9 p.m.
Yeah, so
and we looked at our watch. It was 9:03 and because bloody
I got the shakedown. I
John
got the
Wick out
business.
there was fucking CSIing outside. We could have actually gotten in time. But because of that, we were delayed and we're like, oh, maybe we'll come back later. And then she hit us with it gets more expensive later. We're like, we're not coming back, bro. Don't worry about it. You keep your $20.
I'm yet to still go to Cliff Dive. Is the moral of that story.
Maybe
Cliff
one
dive
day.
on God's green earth, but that's fine. Maybe next time. Who knows? Maybe that might not be next time. But we'll put up the video of you being
Accosted.
Yeah.
With chips in hand.
So we'll put that up on the story.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, this episode is sponsored by our good friends at Far East Alchemy. Wow. Rolls off the tongue way better than the previous person that we used to
Undisclosed.
say. Yeah. So our friendship ended with them. Friendship started with Far East Alchemy.
Upgrades.
So Manu's trying the matcha latte flavor. Last week we chatted about it. Look, again, what it is protein powder, but Asian flavors, right? Matcha lattes, your Thai milk teas, your brown sugar milk teas, all this sort of stuff. They're based in Australia as well. So look, to be fair, if you're listening to this podcast, 95% chance you're probably in Australia.
Yeah.
We've had a few people reach out off the back of last week.
Already. It was crazy.
Saying how much they've enjoyed it. So don't even listen to us, obviously vested interest. Listen to the people, all right?
But
who
also
are
listen to
purchasing-
us.
Yeah, I mean, of course listen to us. Like, we've never asked you to buy anything. We've asked you to buy one other product. That's it.
Yeah.
Plus a live show ticket if you could come.
If you could come.
Not much over, 200 and something episodes.
Correct. So when we choose the sponsors, and this is a fact, when we choose who comes onto the show, we only choose people and sponsors that actually we enjoy.
We actually like.
And you would like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So Far East Alchemy, mate, they're good stuff. Protein powder actually tastes good. If you don't really like normal protein powder, or if you just like this sort of Asian flavor.
If you're a big fan of boba, bubble tea, milk teas,
Yeah.
this is right up your alley.
So give it a go. 10% off with the code TCB. We're linking in the bio. We get around Far East Alchemy. They've got around us. It's actually really, really good.
Alrighty, today's game is Guess the Job. So I have compiled a list of some crazy job titles that they've renamed, and you have got to guess what the job is. So I'll give you a name and then you have to guess, for example, if it's like they've renamed an accountant to whatever crazy name I throw at you. Make sense?
Yep.
And today's game is sponsored by El Jana.
Wow.
So not only do you have pride up for grabs between you both, you also have this fantastic El Jana meal up for grabs. So the winner gets the meal and you'll get well fed after the game.
Beautiful.
Makes sense, boys?
Yep.
All right, the first job title I have is colon lover. So someone's got a job called colon lover. Tell me what they do.
It's a prison officer.
Are these corporate jobs? Are we
Yeah,
They're mainly some corporate, some... Because they're like all jobs you'll know.
All right, because colon lover.
It won't be like some rogue job that you've never heard of.
I'm thinking it's like a gastrosurgeon is the type
Ass man from Seinfeld.
Or they're like an English teacher.
Well, we're up against each other, right?
Yeah, we'll go up.
Winner
You
gets,
get a guess
yeah,
each.
of course,
Winner
of
gets it,
course.
right?
One guess each only. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go gastroenterologist.
Hey, say that again.
I'm going to say it once.
Surely he has to get it correct. Like say the actual word correctly to get it correct.
Sure. You're not right, but...
Okay, so colon lover. What would that be? Surely maybe something.
I'll give you
like
another hint, all right?
Poo.
And you
I
get
didn't get a
you get
hint.
another guess.
Okay.
Give him another one.
You're thinking of the wrong colon.
Yeah, so I'm going to say English teacher.
Colon lover. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we'll say writer, author.
It's a copywriter. So people that write the copy for ads and all of that.
So it's nil all.
Yeah,
Neither.
neither.
But
neither.
that doesn't make any sense.
colon lover.
That's someone's job title, brother. That's what it is.
Colon lover. Is this on LinkedIn? Where are you finding these?
This is on a lovely website Kush forwarded onto us and said we should make a segment out of. So
Okay, all right.
that's the source.
Nil all.
Nilul, next one. Cast member.
I mean, that could be anything. Could be a TV show, movie,
Could be a Hindu.
play. Could
A lot of things up for grabs.
There's no E in cast.
Okay.
cast member. Member could also mean penis. So you put penises in casts.
Yeah, now I'm thinking on the doctor, the medical route again, but I probably should steer away from that. Cast member. I can't even
Yeah,
tell
I
you
don't
what
even
I'm
know where to
thinking.
begin.
Like the obvious answer would be like actor.
Yeah,
Or
but
like-
It's not literal,
obviously-
boys.
yeah.
It's not literal.
So cast member. So maybe it is. I'm gonna go a penis surgeon. Do you see the guy who plays for the Falconer for Lazio, who went and got a penis surgery?
No.
What?
It was on the soccer subreddit.
I don't know that. I don't
He
know.
went and got a
Like-
prosthesis made for his penis.
Because it was
He's got a
damaged
small
or something?
member, so he's got now a
larger.
decently sized member.
Interesting. Okay, cast member. I'm going to go like, I don't know, marketer.
It's a retail sales associate. So someone that works in retail. Sephora call their workers cast members.
What?
Uh,
Really?
Sounds like a cult. What does that mean? I don't
I
even.
expect that from like the Apple
It's
store.
just the people that serve you in the store.
are cast members.
They call them cast members.
So are they in a play or something?
I don't know. You take it up with Sephora.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right.
0 from 2. These are
Difficult game. Collector of business cards.
hard. Okay, that has to be some sort of relationship manager, maybe.
I was going to say sales executive. It'll be like a
BDM or a
salesman.
BDA or...
So
if you're unemployed, you're collecting business cards.
I'm going to lock in account executive or BDM.
I'll go cleaner.
It's a business development rep. I'll
There
give you
you
that.
go.
BDM.
Let's go.
1-0 to you, Roe. All right, fourth one. Wizard of light bulb moments.
What? Say that again?
Wizard of light bulb moments.
Okay, so light bulb moments, you're coming up with ideas. So if you're a wizard of it, I'm saying like maybe a consultant, some shit like that, or a strategy.
I'll say marketer. This is a
Yeah,
you're in
this sounds like marketing, but I'll go different. I'll say consultant.
It is a marketing director, Roe. 2-0 up. Well
Here
done.
we go, lads.
All right, fifth one. One of the main maniacs for sure.
What?
So someone has put this on their business card as their job title.
So what? I'm writing an email and my signature, send whatever. One of the maniacs for sure.
One of the main maniacs for sure. Main, that's a keyword.
Is it? Does that help you in any way?
Think
I don't even understand the sentence.
Main maniac.
Maniacs for
sure.
sure.
the hint is main, so they have a really big, high up job title.
All right, I'll say CEO then.
Honestly, all I can think of is Shaw, the private school that we talked about ages ago. I'm just gonna pass. This doesn't even count.
It's a COO. So there's a COO that put that in.
Bastard. Yeah, bastard.
All right, next one. Grammar fascist.
Grammar fascist. This
Is
again.
grammar Nazi too politically incorrect these
Yeah.
days that we have to say grammar fascist?
Yeah, exactly.
So grammar Nazi. So yeah, it has to be some sort of like English teacher or maybe tutor, uni lecturer.
You use the extension Grammarly?
Grammarly. What does it do? Is it just like word check, spell check?
Yeah, but just constantly on.
On anything you
On
write?
anything, yeah.
Do you use it?
I do. I sent a push notification to like millions of people and I made a spelling mistake. And from now on, I'm using Grammarly Deluxe.
What was the spelling mistake?
It was so it was a quote. It was a Ram Dass quote we sent on Christmas called
what now? Sorry,
like the guy's like Ram
What did you
Dass.
just say?
He's like he says,
oh, it's a person's
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
Ram Dass.
yeah.
Ram Dass.
Yeah, whatever. Ram Dass. His quote was, if you think you're enlightened, go spend a week with your family. And I wrote, if you think you're enlightened. So I did.
So it was someone's quote. All you had to do was just copy and paste it.
Look, I made an error and it was a massive blunder. So then I decided.
Did it resend again? Did you have to resend a new one or it just went through?
No, I just went through and then I looked on Twitter because it was only sent to like a certain group of people. And I saw them because I thought it was like quite a polarizing quote. So I was just sussing out the interwebs to see what happened. I looked at it and I saw the spelling mistake and I was like,
Did you
I'm
get
in
clowned
big
for
trouble.
it? Were people clowning you for it?
Yeah, of course. Massive clowning. So I'm on Grammarly.
Oh,
I
yeah,
needed
back
a
to the
grammar
game.
fascist. And if I was to have a grammar fascist, I would have, would you say English teacher?
I'm going to go English teacher.
Yeah, I'm going to go primary school English teacher.
It's an editor.
Oh, why am I
come
not
on.
thinking paper?
Of course.
It's an editor.
All right, how many have we done?
We've done 6.
I'm on 0. You're on 2.
Rose on 2.
Fuck,
The
man.
El Jana's still up for
It's
grabs,
slipping away
boys.
from my hands.
All right, next one. Chief Heart Officer. I'll give you a hint. It's a corporate job.
Yeah. This
Okay.
feels like heart
So
of the
nothing to
company.
do
Okay.
with doctors or anything.
I reckon this is giving HR.
Massive HR vibes.
This is giving head of HR or some shit.
Yeah, I'm extending the habit if it's HR.
HR manager. There we go.
They're
I
just
will
patting
take
themselves
the,
on the
yeah.
back here.
Vayner Media uses it. So
Who?
what's his name? Gary
Oh, yeah, that guy.
V.
Gary V.
His media company
Oh,
uses Chief Heart Officer.
That's some
All right, 2-1. Next one. Chief People Pleaser.
This feels HRE again.
Yeah.
This has got a big whiff of HR.
people pleaser. And so again, to clarify, these are actual titles that people are using in their role.
Yes, they've been found
So these are real.
on business cards or LinkedIn
Jesus
or whatever may have
Christ.
you.
Who pleases people?
The oldest professions.
Do,
in the world.
do prostitutes have business cards? Not the ones I know.
The chief people pleaser.
Could be a drug dealer. Drug dealers please people.
They please people.
I'm going to go on a whim here. I'll just say PA/EA, like your
Assistant.
executive, assistant. But I don't think that's right.
I'm going to say it feels like advertising.
Gonna go advertising?
Yeah.
It's head of HR.
Oh my God.
You got to have 2 HRs.
That's
Dude.
the name of the game, mate. All right, second last one. Muse.
Sorry?
MUSE.
Yes, Muse.
Muse.
Moose.
Okay, so now I'm thinking with Muse. It's like, you're my muse.
Yeah, you're my muse.
You know,
So
I
what
take
does that mean?
inspiration. So this feels like a CEO
Leader?
type. Yeah.
Nah, yeah. Muse more. Muse is like it's your collaborator. It's like your equal. CEO would be someone above you.
Yeah.
Then what would this?
I think I'm going to say head of marketing or something. Chief marketing officer.
Sandy?
CFO.
It's another retail sales associate. Kate Spade, the company, call their retail sales associate muses. All right, your last one. It's 2 on 2 row.
Mm-hmm.
If Sandy doesn't get this, you get the fine meal. If Sandy gets this and you don't, you'll have to share whatever we have in the bag. So last one is Geek Squad Agent.
Oh, this has got to be tech
It's
support.
some
This is
tech
like
support,
IT has to
yeah.
be.
But it's obviously it's not the genius. Oh yeah, that would have been one. The Genius Bar. So it's not Apple. Geek Squad. What?
Geek Squad Agent. All right, you have the role. I'll give you the role. You got to guess the company.
All right, that's
All
all
right.
right.
Just for fun.
Geek Squad?
Geek Squad.
It's either Google or Microsoft, I reckon.
I was thinking big tech. It
Nvidia?
sounds like a,
Meta?
What was this? Whoever gets it gets the meal. Yeah.
so Google does the little Googlers thing.
Yeah.
I think Microsoft would call their people.
No, I think
experts.
Microsoft's a bit more straight and narrow. I feel like they're not as out there as like the other tech companies.
I'll give you one more hint. American company / business.
Well,
these are both.
Yeah. That hint
Just
would
in
only make
case,
sense if we
just
were
in case you
saying,
go somewhere here
I
in
don't know,
Australia.
ING or like.
Yeah, I wasn't going Canva, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
It's like tech support. Oh, so maybe it is a Microsoft.
I got to lock in Microsoft.
I'll go fine. I'll go Google.
It's Best Buy.
No, that's just.
It wasn't even in there. Then.
So no one gets it. Bro,
Oh,
so you win
alright.
2-1.
Can I
Here you go.
please-
Smells delightful.
Here's your meal.
Oh, let's go.
Can I have some sauce at least?
So in the meal. Oh, wow.
We
We've got
treated to it, Ro.
a beautiful chicken. What is it? Half chicken meal?
It's half chicken meal.
Wow. Thank you very much, boys. Thank you very much, Eljana.
Last segment for the day, we have got work confessions. So we put up on the Instagram, we asked for some of your stories from work that you want to confess to us, maybe some things unprofessional you've done, maybe some stories you've seen. We've got a whole bunch of submissions, so we're going to go through them now. The first one we got is someone saying they hide in the toilet for alone time to decompress away from people.
Yeah, this is a classic of the genre. I've heard many a person go into the bathroom just to chill and get away from it all.
I don't know if this works because I swear my last few jobs, this is my conspiracy theory. I feel like some companies purposely fuck with your service in like the bathroom. So you're like your mobile service. So like you can't access the internet if you want to go into Reddit or TikTok.
So they have like a jammer in
Jam
there.
it or something.
Yeah, so tinfoil hats on.
Yeah.
They got a jammer.
To be fair, my work
Like in
also.
COD where your your mini map starts.
My radar's gone,
my
bro.
radar's
Counter
gone.
UAV.
The counter UAV.
To be fair, my work as well, the toilet has little, if not no reception.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to back the theory as well. The co-working space that I have, there's Wi-Fi everywhere. You get into the bathroom, Wi-Fi gone. 1 bar.
Yeah.
And then you're, I guess it's to disincentivize you like
Just-
sitting on the toilet and
just
just
scrolling away.
scrolling TikTok,
So I
yeah.
can believe it.
yeah, that's so scummy though.
Really? If I was a business owner, I'm doing
It's
it
to
as well.
stop this, people that just want to take a break in the toilet.
Exactly.
So this person feels so alone at work. Like you can't even you have to go to the bathroom and lock yourself in. It feels like a
Why don't
toxic
you
work
just-
environment.
Go for a walk.
Yeah, get a coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. The toilets are not a good place. Because
I
if
don't
someone
know
walks
why,
in,
but it's
Why
easy.
would you want to hang out in the
No,
toilet?
but it's easy to go to. A
No,
walk
but
feels a bit more committal that you have to go out.
People piss
Yeah.
and shit, and
That's
you just
fine.
get plonks every couple
I
seconds.
take my time in the toilet at work.
no, but I take my time in the toilet sometimes if
I'm actually doing.
using the toilet. If I need to decompress, Matt,
the world's your oyster. Go for a walk.
I'll go to the relaxation room in my office.
Well,
where
that
I'll
must
go.
be nice. You got a relaxation.
Yeah, how can you relax in a toilet, man? There's just too much going on.
Yeah, on edge.
You never know. All right, next one. We have someone that says they used to turn their 1 to 3 hour company driver runs into all day road trips. So I think for work they had to drive like 1 to 3 hours somewhere. They've turned it, taken liberties, used a whole day to drive around, brought their mates along apparently, went on road trips with them, took liberties.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
That sounds like fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
How do you get away with that though? You're meant to be on the clock for like
You can just say
an hour or two and all of a sudden it's taken.
traffic. There's so many reasons you can come with to, explain why you had to spend another hour or two.
That's what I did at Kellyville Chinese. When I worked as a delivery driver, it was a 10-minute delivery. It took me an hour and a half every time because there was traffic in
And
the
did they
Hills
believe
area.
that?
I don't know. I got paid my $10 an hour and $2.50 per delivery and called it a day.
And your free food.
And the free food.
All right, next one. We've got something happened to them. Their manager docked their pay because they took half an hour in the toilet. They were crying in the toilet for that half hour.
This sounds like
They're going through emotional turmoil for half hour and then all of a sudden taken out of your pay, mate.
this seems illegal.
that fair?
No, this seems illegal.
I mean, depends on who it is. If you're a salaried employee, you can't. There's no such thing as docking pay.
Yeah. So this person must be like on an hourly
Casual or
rate. Yeah,
something,
casual.
yeah.
But even then, I think that seems illegal.
I mean,
Depends on which country you're in.
I think it would be. I think maybe it's illegal, maybe it's not illegal. But if I'm the manager and I'm seeing someone like not on the floor selling my shoes or whatever, and they're in the bathroom 30 minutes, maybe that's fair enough. Maybe they don't know that they're crying. If they do know that the person is crying, that's psychopathic behavior.
Yeah.
So they must surely not know.
But you reckon they're seeing their timing, how long you go to the bathroom?
I feel like half an hour you'll notice someone's gone.
But what if they had like violent diarrhea? Or in this case, they're crying.
Yeah, it seems a bit micromanaging, to be honest.
Yeah.
Surely then if you're the manager, you ask first at least, what's happened?
Yeah.
Is that rude there? Like, what did you do in the bathroom? What's it to you, mate? That's none of your business. None ya.
All right, next one. We had someone invite their friend to their corporate box events and pretend that they were their clients.
That's a bravo moment.
That's class.
Oh, that. Why can't you guys do that for me? Can one of my friends get a corporate box and just invite me? I'll happily pretend to be whoever.
I'll be honest, I don't have many perks to give at the company that I have. You need to work in like sales or some sort of like relationship.
You have to have a lot of clients.
Yeah. Actually, Migs, you worked there. Where was our invites to the Spotify parties, etc.?
I barely got an invite, mate. I can't. Plus 1, 2, 3. But
I always hear about this. Even one of my friends, like they invited their friends to go watch like an NRL game at the corporate box. Like I would love to be a part of that one day.
someone please invite us to a corporate box.
You reckon, so let's say he's inviting 20 people. You reckon it's easy to sneak in 1 or 2 extra?
I think so.
Who's actually checking?
Because from what I remember, right, like when I didn't have any of these perks, but I remember when I was working in sales, they would have like these corporate lunches, and it was like a lunch and learn type situation where you go to a really fancy restaurant and you invite these like leaders to come and sit, and then you do like a little small presentation, and then maybe they buy your like software or not. And what would happen is the person who was organizing these events would just have to go on LinkedIn and find all these people, send it to like the HR lady, and she would organize the booking. Right. So you can just funnel people in willy-nilly. They're not checking. They just got to see the list, print out the name cards, and send the invitations.
So if any listeners out there have this kind of role and want to invite 3 idiots, please.
Yeah, we're open.
I'm very
open
free.
to a lot of things, really. All right, next one. We have someone saying they leave the office halfway through the day, but their team thinks they switched floors. So I assume their company has like 20 floors in the building. Say they work on level 10. Probably tell their workmates, I'm going on level 13 to finish the day off. They just go home.
They just fuck off home.
They just do their own thing.
I'll be honest, I've never worked at a company where I've had multiple floors, so I don't understand the etiquette of like moving up floors and, choosing a different area to sit. What does it look like? Is this possible to get away with?
You can.
When I was at P-Dubs, you could.
Yeah.
Because like, for example, let's say the finance team is really big. There'll be specific parts of the finance team on 10 or 11 or 12. And then sometimes you work with the people on floor 11. Sometimes you do work with the people on floor 12. So you just like, I'm going to sit with these guys later. I'm going to sit with these guys.
The thing about KPMG was you could, as soon as you connect to a laptop, you can actually see where someone's sitting. So you can go.
Oh, we had that as well, bro. It was weird.
Plan and type in someone's name, and you can see what floor and what exact table they're sitting on. So that way you wouldn't be able to get away with that.
Yeah, they have that at P-Dubs as well. So I found people in the office, man.
It's meant to be weird. Like a collaboration tool, but really it's more Big Brother.
Yeah, it's Find My Friends.
Work
edition. Someone
I know used to do that at another company. He worked with like a team in India and he worked with a team in Australia, and he was like split between the two. And then he would tell his Australian team he's doing work for the Indian team. And then he would tell his Indian team he was doing work for the Australian team. And in the end, he would just do no work whatsoever. He got fired. So I mean, he got found out pretty quickly, but it worked for a couple of months.
I would be stressed if I was doing this. This feels like I don't know if this is a life hack. It's a confession. It is a confession.
Yeah.
But
power to you. Hopefully
fair play.
You don't get caught. All right, next one. They say they have meetings scheduled after lunch so they can have a longer break / nap.
This is
that's another classic of the genre.
Great work, classic.
Are you big on blocking the calendar out with private events and stuff, just so you can do your own thing?
My company, everything's public, so
you can see everyone's calendar.
I can see everyone's calendar,
but sure, you can still. It's your calendar. You can if you need to block out time for stuff.
Yeah, you can chuck a little focus time.
Yeah, focus as in I need to buy tickets to a concert or something.
I'm going to focus on the haircut I'm going to receive.
I think people are pretty good with it. Like if people are buying tickets, I see Taylor Swift tickets, 15 minutes increments, like no dramas. I don't really understand. So what's the purpose of this? You block maybe half an hour after lunch.
So no one puts in a meeting or anything.
So you have an extra half an hour.
Yeah, just to kick back.
Yeah.
Fair play to you.
Mate, you own your calendar, so I think that's fair play.
It's good.
They tell you not to accept meetings. Like they tell you to really cut down on the meetings to be more productive. So I'm a big fan of blocking out my calendar to actually focus time. But just the meetings with the agendas that are non-existent, just sack them off. You don't need to be part of them.
My mate does this thing, and I think it's quackery, but instead of setting 1 hour meetings, he sets hours for meetings for 50 minutes. And he's like, it's a mental thing. You'll see a meeting for an hour or a meeting for 50 minutes. You're probably more likely to accept the 50-minute one. I'm like, am I? I don't know.
I'm accepting meetings that come my way that I have to be in, bro. If they're 10 minutes or 2 hours.
You're going to be less likely to, push back on a 50-minute or 45-minute meeting.
I thought you were going to
pseudoscience.
I thought you were going to say it's like uni tutes where they make it 55 minutes. You have 5 minutes to get to the classroom.
No.
I thought it was that quackery.
No.
Apparently that's like an Amazon thing. It's like it's like a Jeff Bezos like hack, but it's not for getting people to accept meetings. It's for being more efficient in meetings.
Yeah.
So like because apparently like there's some law which is like your time will expand, like the work will expand given the
Your
time
Zoom
that you
meeting
have.
will expire in.
Yeah. You're on the free version, so you got to try and finish the meeting before an hour.
Or like 25 minutes. Like instead of a half an hour, someone does a 25. I don't get it. I'm like, what's an extra 5 minutes, man?
I don't know. It's the psychology thing. Not for accepting meetings. That's ridiculous. But
Apparently, that's also like the psyche of it.
All right, next few are quite similar. I'll read them all out in one go. One person says they bring their lunch bag into work full of food, and when they take it home, it's full of drinks from the office. The next one is they knew a mate who would take toilet paper from the office even before and after the pandemic.
Nah,
So not just during when we needed toilet
I
paper.
draw the
crazy.
line.
That's crazy
I draw the
talk.
line there.
And then the last similar one is we have someone that says they order the office supplies and stationaries for work. So they order extra just for their side business.
All right. So these are 3 different categories of stealing.
Yeah.
Well, let's rank the theft. So toilet paper is the
That's-
most degenerate one.
that's-
Ridiculous.
Well,
thing to do.
unnecessary.
Fine. During the pandemic, fine, maybe there was, a shortage of it. But now, in this day and age, brother, what are you doing?
You get like 24 rolls for, I don't know, $5 or something, dude.
To be fair, some toilet paper, like the toilet paper in my office is who gives a crap toilet paper. You see that?
Oh, that like environmentally friendly,
Yeah.
all this
Also-
and all that.
High quality toilet
Is
paper.
it 4-ply, 3-ply?
I think I don't know exactly how many ply, but it's a lot of plies.
A lot of
plies.
But that's bottom one. Number 3.
That's number 3. Yeah. What was the second one?
There's drinks and there's stationery.
Drinks. I mean, like the stationery, I think is the top. That's excellent.
Like
yeah.
going out of your way to order extra ones as
Yeah.
well, not just nabbing a couple pens from the.
Yeah, this guy's like got responsibilities. Like his job is to order the stationery, and he's chucking in like, order another 50 notebooks for me and my business.
I do that. Like we have a client floor where like we have client meetings, and then in there we have like our branded pens and notepads. And then there was a week where I had like 3 or 4 client meetings, and every single time I went up, picked up a new notepad and new pen every single time.
Thanking you.
And I don't use any of them, but it was just I wanted it.
Yeah. It's just nice to have things for free. it's like the time where I stole the I didn't steal. I did steal office chair,
The Herman Miller.
the Herman Miller office chair from my
You
previous
stole it.
workplace.
You stole it.
And then the office manager, because it was during COVID, and then like they're like, "Oh, take your office chair home just in case you need some ergonomic things." During COVID, I quit my job, and so I didn't go and return it. And the office manager was chasing up for years until he got fired.
So you still have the
I
chair?
still have the chair. Yeah.
That's class.
War of attrition.
And then the drinks part. What do we think about stealing? Like a little
Wait, so
soda?
what are you stealing?
You're a liar if you say you haven't done this before, bro. I've done it plenty of times. Like in the office fridge.
Yeah.
There's
Like
a-
every day though.
well, not
Like,
every,
every
okay,
day.
that's a bit much, but every now and again, if I want, a Coke Zero for home or something, or a beer for home,
of course,
just
couple
Yeah.
of
nab
them.
one or
Yeah.
2, put in the bag, call it a day.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's just play on.
I
I
think
think
that's fine.
That's
I
like
think that's
accepted. Like everyone understands
Yeah.
it's the play.
I think that's the line.
Yeah.
Maybe the toilet paper's a bit offside of that.
No, because let's be real, right? If someone caught you stealing,
Would you be embarrassed?
yeah, the drinks, I'd be like, yeah,
Nah,
I'm taking
that's
some for
fair
home,
play, yeah.
and that's all good.
If I got caught stealing toilet paper,
That
I'd be so embarrassed.
that might end my career if someone caught me like shoveling toilet paper.
I don't know how to explain myself, bro.
How about this? Like we had a training session once. This is, and my mate, I'm gonna shout him out, Basil. There was like leftover food in the training session, so we ate before, and then we were doing the training, and then we were mid training session, and this guy gets up and just leaves, and we're like, okay, and then he comes back, and we're literally listening to the like person give a training, so everyone's focused, and then you just hear like cutlery and stuff, and this guy's gone over to the food. He's gone and got his Tupperware container from his bag, and he's just loading up on the food from the free training into his Tupperware container. Everyone turns around, and we're piecing ourselves laughing. And this guy had no shame whatsoever. He's like, bro, they're going to throw it away anyway.
Exactly. They're either going to throw it away or give it to other people. So
I think that's fine, but you gotta wait. Like wait
At
till
least
the
wait
end.
till the
Yeah.
end. He literally went mid-training. He was outrageous.
bro thought it'd get taken, man. Need to get in first. All right, next one we have. I used to absolutely destroy the toilets of floors on teams that I don't like. So, you're in finance, you hate the HR team, you go up to level 11 where HR is and you absolutely pummel the toilets.
This person wrote in as well, and they said they're happy to not be anonymous, but we'll give him that respect at least. That's outrageous. You can't be doing drive-bys.
Tactical shits as well. You're planning where you're going to go.
Outrageous.
I actually love this. It's like so funny. Like just you're looking for some semblance of power.
Payback.
And this is just a great way to do it, to be honest. Fair play.
But how often are you taking violent shits at work?
I think you can make them violent.
Can you?
Or like you can aim on the bowl so there's just skid marks. to the left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
There's all shit on the walls at that point.
no,
That's the monkey behavior. It's primate behavior.
You know, yeah, it is.
Fling your feces in. All right, next one.
Valuable primate.
My boss was being a prick, so I stole his favorite coffee mug. It's been 2 years and I still have it at home.
I don't mind a bit of petty theft.
No, you can't steal someone's personal item.
Yeah,
like,
wait, was it personal or was it just his favorite? So,
Favorite coffee mug.
so it could just be like a Manchester United mug, or you reckon it says
look, photos
world's
of their
best dad, and
photos
it's-
of their daughter on it.
yeah, if it's
fucked.
that, you can't be stealing.
no,
it.
like, okay, like I said, right? If he's brought the mug from home, you can't steal it.
Yeah,
Right? If it's his favorite mug in the kitchen of the workplace, you can take that. That's
yeah, that's
fine.
fair
No
game
drama.
for everyone. Yeah.
I assume it's some personal or custom one that
Yeah.
he's probably brought from home. Has
This
to
is
be.
crazy. Dude, the funny, okay, at my old work, one of the guys used to smoke, and then on the security cams, we saw some guy steal cigarettes out of this guy's his pack. And that was real bad because he realized that someone stole like a couple of darts, and then he reported it to
Oh my god.
the management, and they look through the cameras, and you see this guy just like weasel take like 2 or 3
so
darts.
wait, management spent resources to find this guy's 3 missing darts.
Yeah. And ever since that day, I'm like, I wouldn't steal anyway, but I'm just like highly paranoid. I wouldn't do what this guy's doing. It's terrifying.
Was there any repercussions or punishment?
I don't know what happened to the person who stole the darts. I imagine it was just a stern talking to strike one
Yes,
situation.
brother, what do you need darts? We pay you. Just go buy some darts.
No, they're expensive to be fair.
No, you can get JPS for like $20, $30.
All right, market, relax. Next one. I booked the meeting room with no window so I can sit on my phone and scroll.
This just seems like so much effort. Like,
Yeah.
And also, you're taking up resources other people could, like, if they actually need a meeting
Bro,
room.
Seni really speaks for like big office.
You
He's really a big office spokesperson, bro.
I'm all for the office. No, dude, meeting rooms are a scarce resource. If I desperately need one, I see some idiot just in there by himself.
You can't see it. There's no windows, mate.
But why can't you just do that at your desk or
And then
in the bathroom like these other people?
It's a great point.
Well, you talked about the bathroom, why you wouldn't
Yeah,
do it
fine.
there. And then
Maybe you're too lazy to walk.
you can't do it on your desk because then, I mean, what happened? It's like what happened to your mate at your old company where he was watching NBA and the, head of the department went and saw him. So
Yeah, fair enough.
you got to be doing it in secret.
But what are you doing? So you're spending half an hour just scrolling on your phone.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know about
I don't know
that
if
one.
I condone that kind of tomfoolery.
Right, this one you will condone, Seni. Someone saying, I work shift work and sometimes I clock out half an hour later just for the extra pay.
Ah, yeah, that's right. I respect
So
that.
classic
Wage
time
theft?
fraud is
Yeah,
what they call it.
Victimless crime.
this is an absolutely victimless crime.
Yeah.
I remember I would clock in at Athlete's Foot and then I would go back and repark my car. So that would take another like 15, 20 minutes. And then I'd come back and mate, the day has just begun.
I used to do that at Vodafone because the Hornsby car park was only 3 hours.
Yeah.
So if you're working like a 7-hour shift, you have to move your car at least twice. And the way and especially on the Sunday or Saturday where there was a lot of traffic, it could take you 20, 25 minutes
go around
to
the
get
block.
out and then come back in. And the way I justify it was everyone else in my team used to smoke. So they used to go for smoko like 10 minutes every hour. So I'm like, the time they use there, I'm just using it to go move my car.
Yeah,
but I
exactly.
essentially got 3 breaks every fucking shift.
Yeah. And the thing is, like with the clock in and clock out, I thought it was such a dystopian system where you have to like put your fingerprint in the retail work. It was just a bit much. So I was happy to
you
steal.
had that.
Yeah.
We just scanned. It's like you into the back room, you scan and then
Yeah,
it just
that's the
pops
normal
up.
way. I had to bloody put the fingerprint on. I was
So
like,
no one can do it for you, mate.
well, yeah, I was fighting against the system. I
So
didn't
wait,
like it one
Athlete's
bit.
Foot has your fingerprints.
Yeah, scanning. Yeah.
That's
Athlete's Foot
insane.
and
Crazy.
the Department of Immigration both have my fingerprints. That's it.
For different reasons. But
2 more to go. Second last one is, as a Muslim, I make up extra prayers so I can take longer breaks during the day.
Yeah, bravo. It's ridiculous. What happens if you have a Muslim manager? What then?
yeah, then
You got to play the field, mate. You got to know.
That I mean,
Because no one would be, no one's calling you up on that.
Literally, call me out. I dare you. I'm not.
You never know. Like our friend who's non-Muslim was doing 75 hard, and the book he was reading was the Quran.
That's
So you never know who's reading the Quran these days.
That's genius. Well, that's like one of our friends who took a day off to go watch the cricket and said it was for religious reasons.
That's crazy.
It's so-
Would you do this? Like make
I'm
up
not
holidays?
Muslim, so-
No, make up holidays, make up religious things.
Well, yeah, it's the age-old question. How many times can your grandma die? Like one of those ones.
At least a couple. Yeah. So you got
Nah,
two
I wouldn't
grandmas.
make up. I wouldn't make up religious holidays.
No, it feels a bit icky,
Yeah.
for sure. Especially if you actually are practicing Muslim and you believe it. That seems heavily haram.
Also, like if you're Christian, so I think most people know the Christian religion,
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
holidays.
yeah.
I'm Hindu. You could easily verify Hindu holidays.
Yeah, that is true. But even I think you can easily verify it, but who's going to bother? Like you just take this person's
That's
word
true.
for
That's
it.
true.
Does your work give you a like the religious holiday exemptions?
What do you mean?
Like you get another day off,
If you don't
additional
celebrate?
leave for
We have it
religious holidays?
for Invasion Day. So if you are opposed to Australia Day, you can actually work that day, and then
We have that as well.
Okay.
I think most holidays for us, you can, if it's on religious grounds, you can work that day and move it
So
elsewhere.
Christmas, for example, if you like, I don't believe in Christmas, I want to work, they'll let you work.
For us, no, because the office is like shut down, right? So it's not because it's Christmas, it's because the office is shut down and like
What about Easter, for
Maybe
example?
Easter, I think so. Yeah, you can
yeah,
move
okay.
that around.
Good Friday, Easter
Take those
Sunday.
2 days somewhere else.
Exactly, dude.
It's not
No,
bad.
Game
Easter's
changer.
a good holiday though.
I do
Easter's
like Easter.
in the
It
right
is.
area and the
Yeah,
right time.
It's good fun.
Australia Day, honestly, I'd be happy if I had that option. I'd probably take it because
Yeah.
you already had a public holiday, early on in the year.
Correct.
I'd love to save that one extra day, perhaps maybe in like a March or even later in the year,
Or
like
tag it
October,
onto Easter.
I think the
November.
second half of the year where there's less public holidays, that's where
Yeah.
Like a September or
the
something.
invasion day in the back pocket, just
Yeah, it would be
shove that
beautiful.
somewhere.
That is true.
Alrighty, last one. I can't believe I haven't thought of this earlier. I used to export NBA stats into Excel sheets so it looked like I was working. So you want to look at some
Box
score
score.
lines, if you're doing FPL, you want to look at some stats, just put in Excel.
This is good.
Sack the website, put in Excel, looks like you're doing work.
That is good.
Wait, so what is he doing with the stats? He's
Just
just
having a read.
leaving him on the screen?
Yeah. So you just put it up on Excel, you're looking at the scores, you're reading stat lines.
That's good. That's
People think you're doing work.
That's
Now
clever.
you're analyzing all the NBA games of the day. That's genius.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's like the thing
pretty
where you
good.
can put Reddit into like a
Email.
the Outlook looking interface.
Have you actually ever used that?
I've never used it.
I've used it.
You really?
Yeah. As in, like, I just was using it for fun, like not to
my
subvert work. I just wanted to see what the UI looks like.
Was it realistic?
It was fine, like very
Is it
realistic.
hard to use?
No, it's easy.
Oh, okay.
So easy. Bravo.
Well done. Alrighty, that's all the submissions we had. Thank you to everyone that submitted, and follow us on @CriticalBant if you want to get involved next time.
Alrighty, that brings us to the end of another episode 291, I believe. Wow, we are 9 weeks away from episode 300, and we have some ideas about what we want to do.
But would love to hear some more ideas. We
would.
We don't settle for good. We want excellence. So if
Yeah.
you guys have ideas for episode 300, please shoot them through. Maybe we already have them. Maybe we don't. But we'd love to hear them.